after his niece disappears.
To me, they stole my child.
And he joins the investigation. Disturbing evidence points to a brutal serial kidnapper.
This guy's a collector.
As the detectives start piecing together clues, one of the kidnapped women makes a daring escape from the kidnapper's lair. The movie begins with a forensic psychologist and detective, Alex Cross, training kids. As he was doing so, he received a call asking him to come. He went to a crime scene, and the detective that was already there told him that they suspect the wife killed her husband and briefed him about their relationship. He then knocked on the door of the wife, Diane, who locked herself in the bedroom. As he opened the door, he saw Diane with a gun in her mouth, ready to shoot herself. He tried to calm her down and told her to pull the gun out and put it on her head to make it easier to talk. He then asked if her husband usually hit her. She told him he always does, and she got fed up. Alex told her that she did what she had to do, and then told her if they get photographs of her bruises, they will get her good lawyers and she can defend herself. After calming her down, Alex asked her for the gun and she handed it to him. After this, Alex went to his sister's house. Detective John told him that Naomi, Alex's niece, is missing. Alex tried to calm Naomi's mother, May, who was stressed. After sending May to rest, John and Alex sat to talk. Alex told him that he is going to Durham, North Carolina, but John thinks there was nothing he can do since it was not his jurisdiction. Despite this, Alex decided to go. In the woods, a young woman, Megan, is walking with a man behind her. She is tied up and crying as she begged her kidnapper to say something. Despite her pleas, her kidnapper didn't feel any sympathy. He then told her to tell him that she loves him, and she did.
I love you.
Alex went to the station in Durham and asked to see Chief Hatfield. The officer told him that Hatfield is busy at the moment, so Alex sat in the station, waiting. After waiting for a long time, he decided to barge into the office and head inside. When he got inside, he saw pictures of young girls on the wall with missing written behind them. As he was analyzing the pictures, two detectives, Nick and Davis, came and apologized for the waiting time. They then told him they are going out for a homicide investigation and told him he can tag along. In the car, Alex asked about the girls on the board. They told him they found 2 dead bodies of girls already, and they suspect the third one to be one of them too. When they reached the crime scene, the body was covered in white sheets. Alex approached and tried to look at the crime scene. Hatfield showed up and greeted them. He told them that it was not his niece, and the girl is Megan Murphy, university sophomore. Then, another detective, Kyle, showed up. After greetings, Kyle told him that he is sorry about his niece and proceeded to tell him about the kidnapper. He told him that he kidnaps an SA the woman before tying them to trees and leaving them there. In a hospital, doctors are trying to help a young girl, Laura, who is severely injured after falling from a motorcycle. After the surgery, Dr. Kate went to tell her family that Laura is alive, but is in a coma. She then went to a boxing alley to train. In the station, Alex is trying to get a pattern between the kidnapped woman. He thinks that the kidnapper is rather a collector than a kidnapper. He thinks that the murdered women are probably killed as some sort of punishment because of the way they are killed. Back at her home, Kate is sleeping. Suddenly, the power in the house went off, and a sound woke her up. She silently woke up and tiptoed to another room, but someone grabbed her from behind. She pushed the person and ran downstairs, but the person had put her aquarium in front of the stairs and she crashed into it and fell. A man then came down the stairs and fired a gun at her. Alex went to Naomi's dormitory. He looked at photos of them and saw an open music book. He then went to a basketball field where a bunch of young men were playing. He focused on one man, Seth, and followed him to his dorm. Seth, fed up with continuous questions from the police, refused to talk to him. Alex calmly asked about Naomi's violin, and Seth told him he had no idea. Kate wakes up in a stone-walled room, heavily sedated, and is told by her kidnapper, who calls himself Casanova, that he admires her talents. He told her she's here to experience love, and she can't try to escape. He then sent her a picture to someone who expressed delight upon seeing Kate. Alex then went to a swimming pool looking for Dr. Wick's socks. The trainer told him that he is in the pool swimming. After the swim, Alex went to the locker to talk to Wick. Wick told him he doesn't know what happened to her, but he used to help her academically. Alex suspects that there is something between them, but Wick denies it. Back in the room, Kate is trying to figure out a way to escape. She then started to scream, saying she needed help. After a while, another woman told her to stop screaming or he would kill her. Then, the other women started introducing their names. Among them is Naomi Cross.
My name is Naomi Cross.
Back at his hotel, someone slid a picture of a woman through his door with a note behind it. It says it is from Casanova. Alex searched the hallway with a gun in hand, but there was no one. Alex searching the hallway. He met up with the team to discuss the issue. They realized the women who are kidnapped share the same thing. They are all strong and defiant. Kate kept working out in her room. She then started eating the food that was given to her, but she got sick and started vomiting. Casanova came and told her it was a punishment for breaking the rules. He then asked her to give him her arms, and as he was about to inject her with a syringe, she kicked him and ran. She managed to go outside and ran in the woods with Casanova angrily calling her name and following. She reached a cliff and saw a river below. Casanova reached from behind, and with no other option, she jumped. Alex and the other detectives got a call after Kate was found by fishermen. Dr. Ruoko told them Kate is suffering from post-traumatic shock and they can't talk to her now. Alex approached Ruoko and told her the case was personal to him and he needs to talk to Kate. Alex got into the room where Kate was in. She was in severe shock and unconscious. Ruoko told him they can't pinpoint what is causing the damage. Alex started researching to know what is happening to Kate. He realized a brand of benzo that will not show in any test could be the cause of it, and notified Ruoko about it. She injected her with a medicine that will treat the effects of benzo, and the next morning, Kate woke up. Alex, who was there, greeted her and told her about Naomi. She told him that she talked to Naomi. The police held a press conference and invited Kate to give a speech. Kate thanked everyone who helped her, and she sent a message to Casanova. She told him if he is going to blame anyone about his rules being broken, it was her and none of the other women. Alex has hypnotized Kate, trying to help her remember every detail. She told him about the man, the room, and how she escaped. He asked about her surroundings after she escaped, but there was nothing except trees. Naomi is playing a violin during dinner with Casanova and the other women. Meanwhile, Alex is researching who can have access to benzo. The next day, Alex went to the woods with Seth and Kate. As they were walking, Alex told Kate that he found a plastic surgeon that ordered a large amount of Systol in the past 5 years. Systol was not needed for plastic surgery, and that caught their attention. He shared other details he found, but he doesn't want to share this with the police, because if he is arrested, it'd mean the women would never be found. So, he decided to go there himself. Naomi insisted on going with him. Alex and Naomi went to Washington. They met up with John, who had arranged everything to follow Rudolph, who they suspect is Casanova. They saw Rudolph start moving, and they followed him. They followed him to a cabin and saw from a distance as he parked and got in. Alex and John looked at him through binoculars and heard him screaming. After he repeatedly screamed at someone, he went to his car and put plastic on the trunk. Later that night, he went to a club where they heard the woman who disappeared went to. Alex and John got inside and saw Rudolph talking to women. Kate, who was in the car with Henry, decided to get inside. She convinces Henry to let her go, and they both get into the club. Kate went to Alex, and he pointed her to Rudolph. She saw him kissing a girl and confirmed he was the kidnapper. After some time, they went to the cabin, and as they were slowly walking towards it, they heard a woman scream. They ran inside and found the woman tied. Rudolph, who managed to get out, shot Henry and got in his car. Kate drove the car in front of him, and Alex pointed a gun at him and told him to get out, but he drove towards him, pushing Alex to the ground, and escaped. Alex and Kate went to another crime scene. The police had uncovered a second serial killer, the gentleman caller. Kyle, who was angry that Alex acted by himself, scolds him for his carelessness. Alex apologized and pleaded with Kyle to not shut him off the case. Kyle took Alex aside and showed him a freezer that looks like a closet and told him they found feet there. Alex, seeing the room, concludes that there are two murderers and they are collaborating. They saw a picture hanging and Alex identified him. It was Dr. Wick's socks. The detectives went to a house and started searching. They saw cuffs and pictures of women on the wall. Alex found out that Wick had been arrested, which angered him. He then went to talk to Wick. Wick denied everything and told him that he will sue them. He admitted to having an intimate relationship with young women in the college, including Naomi, but with their consent. He then proceeds to describe the details of his encounter with Naomi, which angered Alex enough to launch an attack on him. The other detectives quickly calmed Alex down. Alex went back to Kate. He told her that Wick is not Casanova, and the kidnappers put his picture there to frame him. She then told him that she remembered that she was hearing the river while she was kidnapped. She was probably in the basement, because there were doors. Alex, Kate, and Seth studied the map, trying to figure out if there was a house like that. Back at the kidnapped girls, Rudolph and Casanova are arguing. Casanova thinks he shouldn't be here since he was almost caught before, but Rudolph told him he can be there. Casanova blamed him for being careless. Rudolph then turned to Naomi and ordered her to play for him, but Casanova told him she only plays for him. Rudolph started kissing Naomi, and Casanova shot him on the arm. Alex, who was in the woods, heard the gunshot and located the place. He got in and saw Rudolph in front of him, but he escaped. As he was about to follow him, he fell down to the water. He managed to get up and saw the kidnapped women, including Naomi, but he went out to catch Rudolph. Alex chased him through the woods, but Rudolph started shooting at him. After chasing him for a long time, Alex shot Rudolph. He went to where he had fallen and asked to tell him the real name of Casanova. Rudolph told him that he is good and they won't be able to catch him, and died. The police rescue all of the women. Seth visited Naomi at the hospital. Alex walked in and gifted Naomi a violin. As he went out of the room, Kate caught up to him and invited him for supper. Later that night, Alex recognizes a similarity between Casanova's handwriting and Detective Nick Ruskin's signature. Meanwhile, Nick was at Kate's house. Kate let Nick inside and invited him for dinner. Nick cut the phone wires so Alex couldn't reach her. Nick and Kate are in the kitchen with him, helping her cook. Suddenly, Nick started sharing details about her, and she realized that she is in danger. He then revealed that he is Casanova, and they started to fight. He knocked her out, and as he was about to SA her, she used energy she had to throw a pan holder on him. She then used his own cuff to tie him to the oven. He pulled the oven, and the gas burst open. He pulled a lighter, and as he was about to light it, Alex intervened. Alex tried to calm him down, but Nick started talking about Naomi to provoke Alex. When that didn't work, Nick decided to blow the place up, but Alex put a milk carton on the gun and shot Nick, killing him. The movie concludes as Alex went to Kate to calm her down, and they embraced. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.